Yeah, they better drop that robot T-bot emoji. With that T-bot
Yes.
emoji. Don't they got that in that motherfucker? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Okay.
Period. So, girl,
Right, as you should.
my daddy DNA test thing done came in the mail. I'm finna go swab his ass,
Wait a
y'all.
minute, your dad got
Hey,
one
y'all.
too?
Girl, wait, we finna get into it. Okay, y'all, welcome to the month Wake and Bake, period, with your girl Crack and motherfucking Southern Edibles, the only motherfucking crack and Southern Edibles in the other in motherfucking metaverse, and Jay Vanity Upton voice, okay? Because Jay Vanity Upton, she killed me when she said that the girl had me on the floor, okay? Now, anyway, what I wanted to say was that today on the Wake and Bake, we're gonna keep the topics going and keep everything flowing up in this thing. But first of all, what I wanted to talk about was something that I talked about last week with my ancestry DNA. So I was just telling Southern that today in the mailbox I got my ancestry DNA so I can go over and swap my daddy tomorrow. So I'm so excited I can go swap him tomorrow and find out some more information. But no, for real, yes, I need to dig. I need his chromosomes and everything so I can find out other information in regards to my ancestry. So I'm excited that that came in
Mm-hmm.
the mail. How y'all good people doing out there in the audience today? Everybody on YouTube, make sure y'all liking the videos as well as watching, because I know I see y'all watching. We see
We
y'all
see you
watching,
looking.
period. We see you looking, okay? Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about was pretty much this meta. I wanted to talk about meta and how do you guys feel in regards to meta providing people with contracts in order to build things, and some themed items seem to be um how shall I say, stolen, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because have you ever just had an idea and you put it out there all on social media and everything, and then next thing you know, somebody that made your world
Mm.
that you was posting just for promo, and they done went and created your world. Now, what I
Mm.
find funny is that we have been promoting Friendsgiving, have a happy Friendsgiving
Mm.
on the Wake and Bake for the past month and some change now. We've been talking about the Friendsgiving that was coming up on the 19th. And on the feed the other day I saw it was a world. I forgot the beginning of the name of the world, what it was called, but it was something chef happy Friendsgiving. And I'm like, well, goddamn, ain't that Southern idea? You know,
Mm.
they done stole
Mm.
your whole
Mm.
theme and everything. So that's why people don't like to speak too soon, because things will get taken from you. You got to be mindful of who you talking to, how early you
Mm-hmm.
putting things out. Don't let nobody see
Mm-hmm.
nothing till your world ready. Don't even talk about it till it's ready, unless you got some people that you really can trust that know what they're doing, that you're gonna pay, or
Mm-hmm.
either you're gonna be good friends with, and they're gonna come in your world and help you out with certain things, and then they not gonna open their mouth. So
Right.
just be mindful of who y'all bring in y'all world and how soon y'all start promoting things in here, because it's a little shady. It seems a little shady. Yes, Mr. Burden of Proof. Burden of Proof, sir, you're on mute.
Mega. Oh shit, my bad.
There you go. There you go. Ha ha. There you
Mega
go.
tasty, man. Mega tasty. Mega tasty. There you go. Mega
Oh,
tasty. That's the
okay.
first
And
part.
Mr. Burden of Proof, like, don't be trying to skide on out of here, sir. Why you on that block? Do you want to tell everybody what you do in the metaverse, sir? And what show do you contribute to the T Bot
I'm part of this
channel?
phenomenal team. I'm part of this phenomenal T-Bot team, and I have a show called Ask the Q, Speak Your Truth, and I will shortly have another platform. Cam Bam is working very hard on it as we speak, called Military Minded, a veterans lounge. So look out for that as well. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, turn up, period. Okay then, Mr. Proof.
Okay.
All right now.
Now, can I
Okay.
say something about this?
Yeah,
This
say something about this
BuzzFeed.
Southern.
All right, so the idea was not really mine. It was actually Katniss, and
Well,
Katniss
I know
came up.
y'all all had something to do with it, so
True.
that's why I hit you and
Katniss
I was
came up
like,
with the
Southern.
idea, and she was like, "I want to give back, and, just put a good light on us and Meta, because we got all that goddamn drama going on over here. But we just wanted to shed a good light and show people that we really give a shit. We care. And we've been promoting it for about a good 4 weeks, down there a month and a little month, 2 weeks, and just to see Friendsgiving up on that damn sign, y'all. And I remember last week, Craig, you was talking about if we feel like we kind of get discouraged here in the metaverse. That to me it felt a little discouraging, but I'm gonna keep pushing on. You know, we
That's
just gonna
right.
have to beat them. We just gonna have to beat them at their own game. Come on up here, Cat. Come on up here and speak for us, child. I don't know what to say
My
about
bad. I
this.
was eating, but I was listening. So for me, I think it is a good idea in real life. That's when everybody know in Islam, one of the pillars in Islam is giving back. And I'm not mad that Meta did it. I'm mad that when we proposed it to Meta, they completely ignored it. Now that may be how they got the idea. I mean, font size, I heard about it, but all we asked them to do was post it on the page. That's it. And I mean, if everybody want to do something for charity, I think it's a great idea. Go for it, shoot. But they shot it down like it was not a big deal. Like, oh no. And we were like, well, we're not asking for anything from you besides post it. Everybody follow you guys. Everybody follows you. They see it. It'll get to more people, different kinds of people. But at this point, it is what it is. But I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all.
Mm. Ooh, that's scary.
Like soon as you went into the world, you saw the sign "Happy Friendsgiving," and you like, and my whole face was like, "Is this Southern and Katniss Bill? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh wow, they've been promoting that for months, and now here comes a world that's I mean, not to say that can't nobody do the same things in the metaverse. It's not what you do; it's how you do it. So at the end of the day, y'all still have y'all Friendsgiving, and don't let that shit discourage y'all, and y'all turn the fuck up at this Friendsgiving, because I can't wait. Period. What's up, Unicorn?
That's why I started not showing things with my builds. That's why I've been private with my builds and making sure I'm not promoting shit as soon as it.
That's right.
Because my shit might get stolen.
And that's right. It will get stolen if you show it to the wrong person. You damn
Now, when
right
is
it
the
will.
deadline for the assets? Dropping the asset?
I'm gonna go ahead and refer you to Herbert. So when Herbert come on,
Okay.
but just ask him and he'll give you more details about a unicorn.
All right.
Gonna live.
Somebody fucking that food up.
Oh,
shit.
damn, that's me.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I didn't know I was on mute.
You know
That's
what?
crazy.
You know what?
There you go, unicorn.
I'm not about
Hey,
to
this
play
wake
with
and bake
y'all.
though. This wake and bake. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Ain't she motherfucking got the munches, okay? Now back to what we was getting into. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into this Notorious B.I.G. concert that's going on inside the venue. How do y'all feel about the Notorious B.I.G. concert coming inside the venues? Do you guys feel like this is gonna be like a lit event, or do you guys feel like Biggie gone, let the man rest? He's not really there.
Damn,
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
We're gonna have this discussion. All right, so it's two ways I look
You
at
felt
this.
hit.
It's two ways
See,
to look
he
at this.
still hit because it was him
Yo,
it's a
that
whole
brought it to
line.
Yeah, right.
And
But we already had this
he feel hit.
conversation.
So
No, we
there
already
really
had this
some undercover
conversation.
smoke that going on.
No, so okay, so we can let the other cover smoke out, so it don't matter. So
Yeah,
we already
let the
had this
smoke out.
discussion,
Add
right?
that.
Because I felt the way because I'm gonna let you know I'm a very big Biggie fan, like a very big Biggie fan. And I looked at this in so many different ways. One way I was happy because, yeah, people get to hear his music and things like that. Two, I feel I wasn't too thrilled because it's not him. Like it's an avatar created type cartoon character ish. And then on the back end of it, I'm like, damn, Diddy's gonna find every way to capitalize off of this man's death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, years after he's gone. I mean, so it's so many different ways I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, I'm happy because I'm a fan and his music gets to be heard again. But in some ways, I'm like, yo, I just don't feel it to be that big of a hype because he's not here to like relish in it. You dig what I'm saying? That's all. I wish he was here to relish in his own legacy. Then, you know what I'm saying? Us, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
Reminiscing, because dedicated should have did a Aaliyah concert too, huh? Okay.
Straight up.
Well, I mean, that's a perspective. I like the perspective. You know, perspective is key. What up, Westside? How you feel about that? Westside Biggie coming up in the meta.
I don't think now. This is I'm a huge Biggie fan too. I used to do the lip sync battles, and I would act like I was Biggie all the time. And so this is coming from like a biased standpoint already. First, I don't think Diddy is using this as a moment to capitalize, in my opinion. But here, the main thing I have a concern with is Horizon using this, or Meta Horizon, whatever. Are they using this to celebrate Biggie, like to really celebrate him and his legacy and his music and what he did for hip hop and actually for music, period? Or is this just another quick get everybody in here type of scheme? You know what I mean?
Great question, Westside. Great question.
Are they really
Westside.
celebrating him?
Are
they really celebrating his legacy? Right. And what I really wish they would do, stop building stuff themselves and allow some of our top creators,
real motherfuckers.
Right. You know what I really want to say. Nah, but for real, like get some real people that's really out here doing the work, not the people that's working in Meta that already don't want to be in the app to begin with. Let us make the world. Like we have the top builders.
That's right.
Like we have the top builders, and I'm gonna say it again. We look at my hand, have some of the top builders, and we're not being allowed to celebrate a man that did so much for us and make it meaningful. And again, I think they're chasing a bag. They're chasing clout, in my opinion. But hey,
thank you.
I'm just Westside.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Katniss, how you feel about it?
All right, so I'm not this Biggie super fan, but I enjoy Biggie. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a big difference from hearing the other like Summer Jam where it was all city girl, hot girl turn up. We got real music that I grew up listening to. Real, like it brings back memories. I think it also brings the generation into, they know his name. They might have seen some pictures, but to actually see, even if it is a cartoonist version of him, the actual presence that hopefully it gives the same presence that he would give on stage or something like a feel of it. But I think also this is a chance for them to showcase what the metaverse can bring, you know, bringing back those artists we enjoyed, the music we used to listen to, you know, all that kind of thing. And I do think after everybody passed away, they do get more famous and things like that happen, but I think it's a good experience. I'm actually excited they are bringing Biggie, like, and it's not like 21 Savage or what's that one we had that was on replay, Snoop concert. I wasn't interested in that. Biggie, I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
They got 2 Chainz in there right now again.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see 2 Chainz. I'm ready to see Biggie.
The motherfucker, you know, you gotta stand on the
I
stage.
get all the way up there on the goddamn thing.
And get your tail off of mute. Get your tail off of mute.
Stay on mute. He stay on mute.
Okay, here I am. I'm here again. All right, am I on the queue? All right, there I am.
Yep.
Perfect. What I was gonna say is I'm excited about Biggie because just like Katniss said, you know, if you have one entertainer that has passed on and can live through the metaverse, then you'll have everyone. You'll have James Brown, Michael Jackson, you know, Whitney Houston, you know, Prince. Like you have everybody. So I'm excited about what they're about to do with Biggie.
No. But
hold on. I think I'm gonna say it.
Get him, West man. Get him, West man. Come on, man.
I think so. Here's my spiel on that. I feel like if they are really trying to connect with us through the music, they wouldn't have started with Biggie. There are plenty of other artists. But I mean, let's just be honest, bro. Let's just be honest. Hot 97. I think that was a clout move because you can even look at the lineup. A lot of the lineup wasn't celebrating. How did he get outside? Oh, my bad. But the lineup didn't really have any. I mean, they were big artists, but but again, it's like, there was no really celebration. It was just a bunch of different artists. It wasn't really like historic. Let's celebrate hip hop. It wasn't none of that.
Historic.
Can I say something?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
What I think it's a good way to show black talent. Mind you, they done had 2 Chainz. They done had Snoop Dogg ass in there and Lil Baby. Who else was at 97? Lil Baby, Rodway, whatever the fuck your name is. They had all these black creators in there, right? So mind you, why not have Biggie on around his birthday? Because I think his birthday is December 4th, ain't it? So this is like Biggie's month in December. Mind you, it's a hot ass concert, and plus they said at the bottom, Diddy gonna bring out Big Lotto, and other creators, not creators, but other artists with it. So it's nothing like a Diddy concert, really.
That's the problem. Lotto shouldn't be on that concert.
But I mean, shit, if she part of Def Jam, whatever the fuck that name is, Def Jam, I mean, why not?
Bring Little Kim back.
Yeah,
Bring
Lil'
Foxy
Kim.
Lil'
back.
Kim might come on there. We don't know.
Foxy,
We don't know though.
Look, Kim better bring her ass and hit that damn one time.
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying, I know how she be doing that shit.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about my hip hop, especially when it comes to Biggie. Like,
Okay.
she know a lot
What's
of
up,
What's up, Mangy?
She say Mangy.
I fucked her name. Her name all up. Girl,
My name is
stop
Monty. Monty J.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, it's all right though.
I'm gonna do a
Straight
big-
up though,
turned that shit
I
into
do
a new
have an
language.
opinion on this. In regards to something that Westside said regarding you know, the move that they're making as far as the money move. I
Right.
mean, you know, everything in the metaverse from what I see, even on Facebook, it's all linked, you know. So if it don't make money, it don't make sense to them. And they're gonna capitalize off of whatever they're gonna capitalize off of, especially when it comes to, you know, this. And like he said, the color of his skin. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what they're gonna do because they know that it's a lot of us in here that's, you know, popular in this community, and that's a part of why I'm sure they decided to go with Biggie. Now, personally, I'm not really sure they should have done the avatar part because I don't know how respectable that is. Like, I saw the advertisement for it, and it didn't look right to me. it looked strange. And after looking at the comments and seeing other people's opinions, I agreed that it might not have been the best way to do this. Now, granted, they've had many other artists in here, and of course he is deceased now, so he can't speak for himself. But I do think that it makes sense to keep pushing his music forward along with all other people who have passed on as we've done for generations. But I just don't think that they should have done it in this way. They could have did anything else, like how they did the hologram. It was actually Tupac with the hologram. They could have did like a video of that, or maybe even going back and pushing the music videos that Biggie has already done. And making that into a concert. That to me would have probably been more respectable than what I think they're doing.
Right, exactly. I like your opinion. I like the way you think, man. What's up, Burden of Proof? Coming back down and speak your truth while you on mute. Thank
No,
you.
exactly. Not, it's just to her point. You know what I'm saying? People that are really diehard Biggie fans are going to be very critical about what they're doing.
Oh
Period.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Very
dissecting that.
critical of
It's a
how they.
disrespect.
And I mean, in some ways, it may be. I mean, depending on how that
To some
avatar come
people,
out.
yeah,
It
you
don't
damn
look
I'm gonna
right.
say,
right.
They would
You
have
know what I'm
been
saying?
off.
So
They would have been better off doing the Biggie karaoke than that, with
I
the
mean,
letters on the
something.
screen and had everybody singing along and all that. You know, that probably would have been a little cute. But I don't know about
We
the
can't sing
Avatar
along. We get
thing.
suspended.
See,
I'm not singing along. Not allowed.
not
Because I'm gonna say the
suspended,
real words. I ain't gonna get
not
suspended.
suspended.
I'm
oh,
getting
I ain't doing
Damn,
dangerous. You
shit.
know what I'm
Herbert
saying?
Joyce, why how you feel about this,
I
Oh
would
Herbert
yeah,
Joyce?
that's my
Right.
favorite.
Selling
papers or
crack.
something.
Be on
Well,
paper.
How you feel
I
about
think,
this, Herbert?
I think Meta is desperate right now. I think
Mm.
they're
Oh yeah.
desperate to kind of get anything, and they're really losing money. I think it's a lot of things just going on that they're not really telling the people, us, and so what what has already been set in stone is going to play out for us business wise and the whole logistics of what they got going on. But I do think that they're really trying to um, draw more people in. That's the reason why we're constantly seeing all of these advertisements on our
Yes, sir.
Instagram, Facebook
Mm.
about Horizon Worlds. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's one reason why that they have us taking all these surveys and stuff. They
And
giving
it's
us all
Christmas
these
time.
surveys, you
They need to
know,
sell units.
and so they know that the majority or the entire whole Horizon World community, we are not the minority. We're not, you know, and they see us, and so they, of course, who are you going to go to? We're going to give the people, the brown people, um, what they want or what we think that they want. And then all of a
Mm.
sudden, when they create what they think what we want, it looks weird. It's kind of like a give and take from it. I really believe it's a good thing, but it also can that good thing can turn into a bad thing, and that bad thing can turn into a horrible thing, which can cause other people like us to leave because it seems like it's somewhat of a disrespect. So I think they really need to really ask us what we want because we're the one that's making up the community. We're the one that's really kind of bringing money to them and holding them
Right.
together. So I think
But
if they
see,
really ask what we want,
mm-hmm.
they'll probably play. But I just think it's just really just a
Exactly.
big
I want to
marketing.
And
see Drew
you
Hill.
know what, that's a good opinion. But see, on the side, well, I get where West Side was coming from too, because y'all gotta remember when you're dealing with businesses, you have quarters. You have the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. And each quarter you are expected to hit your target goal that you set for your company. Now, with it being fourth quarter and Meta did not hit their goal for the third quarter, they had to raise the price of the Oculus to $1,500. Not only that, they had to bring Balenciaga in here with clothes, Netflix, Tom Brown, Prada,
Raise the
and
whole Oculus price up
Mad
too.
Happy in here with paid clothes to get us to purchase clothing items. Not only that, it's like they are also letting us know about the lesbian on the way to keep us
Oh Lord.
interested. And they are also doing all
Right.
this outside promotion because it's fourth quarter and they're trying to get those dollars in for Christmas so that way they can hit their goal.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that this biggie move is a move to get more of the black race in here. I do think that we are the minority, believe it or not. I really do believe we're the minority in here. Um, Although we may not see it because we have common friends, but I do
Mm-hmm.
believe we are the minority in here, and we do deserve to have some of these better opportunities to build outside of just the people that get used over and over. Y'all should give other good builders opportunities to work on projects and contracts and things of that nature too. I feel like it should be more opportunities for all of us, not just a select few of us, the same select few of us. I think it should be a little bit more open to different creators and their way of thinking. What's up, Westside? What you wanted to say in regards to
Um, I,
this
I'm going to
situation?
say this. I'm again, huge Biggie fan. Definitely Bad Boy. Like that's what I was raised on. I'm gonna
Take
say
that, take
this.
that.
If I don't, it's
I said, take that, take that.
take that. I'm gonna say this.
Take
If
this.
there is not a speech, a segment, or any kind of talk with Miss Valletta, that's Biggie's mom, or Diddy himself, that's going to tell me that it is a cloud move.
No,
Because
Mm.
normally,
Diddy is in it. It's a cloud
It
move.
had they had to
and
get
like,
the consent from the person that owns his intellectual property, or they'll have a lawsuit themselves. So I'm sure
so,
they got that consent for sure from whoever
yeah.
owns those royalties.
But again, though, for me, it's the historic value. Why are we showing this? Why? What? So everybody in here knows because we're of age. The people that are born after 95, or no offense to anybody in here born after 95, but 9 times out of 10, there's going to be a certain demographic that's going to go in there that's going to be like, why are they showing this? I think if they bring Miss Valletta in, they bring Diddy in, they bring the people that are actually were around him, and do at least a 5 minute segment or something to show them why Biggie is so important to hip hop and music as a whole. I think that's going to be that will be a very important thing for them to do. But again,
Right.
I doubt they did it because I see
Mm.
Lotto and Nardo Wick on the guests. But
So it's a collaborative effort. Okay.
Speak
no shade.
Man,
Lotto. Speak
Manny, what
Lotto.
up? What up, Manny, my girl?
All right. So I just want to add on to what you was talking about in regards to us being the minority in here, and then you said how though we don't see it because we got a lot of mutual friends. Like I think that this might be the time to start coming together and starting to build our friends list with people that we click with, and not just them, but just start connecting with everyone, because if something does go wrong here in the metaverse, everybody needs to be on the same page. And the only way to do that, what we know in history, is you have to be able to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and be able to form a group or whatever. Because if it ever come down to it and they start stealing stuff from the black creators, then that's definitely going to be a problem. And you don't know everybody yet, so it's a good time to start venturing out, to start connecting. And I think that was the initial thing that they had. That was the plan here in the metaverse, was for people to connect with each other. But I think we should take it more serious as a community in our culture, especially in here.
Exactly.
Dang,
Yeah,
Meta
I
gave me the
completely
boot,
understand that.
man.
And that's why I keep a very diverse friend list. But I do know that we are the minority because I've been around all types of groups of people. And I know, like, it's not
Full
many of us,
disclosure,
especially many of us that stay
I just turned
online,
21
or that's always online. We
yesterday.
hop online, we hop
A
offline.
dude that was
But
selling
most,
crazy.
most, most
We know we
people,
hear you, Ding Dong.
are
You on Global.
consistent. The son, you was on mute. I can hear you now, though.
Go ahead,
Oh man,
Ding
no,
Dong.
sorry, that wasn't okay. Oh man,
That's
it's
a
gonna
part of
keep
the
on
show.
spawning me over there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. So, at first, like I said before, I'm really excited on a musical aspect, them bringing past musicians into the metaverse. However, I would like for them to think about, well, how does this progress Black communities? How does this progress the minorities? And then move from there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Biggie Smalls it's a progression. It's a reminder, but it's not a progression. I think that they should have other programs, other things that are going to put us in more of a light, instead of the actions of a
Come back over
rapper
here.
who passed away over
Let me just turn that
a
message.
gunshot.
Right.
Come over here.
Okay. Unicorn, how do you feel about this, Unicorn?
Surprisingly, I'm 20 years old and I know who Biggie is because my mom. and stuff like that. But I agree on that whole aspect. Like I think there should be more information and it more being like like motivational speech from like, you know, Diddy and stuff like that at the end,
Tribute.
or
Mm-hmm.
like a tribute, not more
Yeah.
like a show.
A concert, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It should be
I can
more of a
understand
tribute.
that
And if
perspective.
they try to do that, like I have suspicion that they might be doing something with Michael Jackson. I could
Oh,
be right, I
really?
could be
Oh,
wrong,
God.
but
They better not
Mhm.
bring Michael up in here.
Big Mike
I
TV.
love
Yeah.
walking across the
That might not be
metaverse.
well
Don't have me in here
received.
I got
turned
one
up.
request from the. This is my last comment. I want one request when they play that when they had that Biggie concert. I want to hear every verse uncut, the same way I heard it. I'm talking about. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble, but I want uncut verses. I don't want no edited versions.
And I'm with you on that, Cat. Period. Now, speaking about what we want and what we will and won't do. Now, y'all, I got a question for y'all. Now, would you be more so willing to take, will be more so willing to work 20 hours a week and get paid 5,000, or work 80 hours and get paid $20,000 every 2 weeks? Which one you taking?
The 5,000, Alex.
I ain't taking neither one.
Why wouldn't you
I'm-
take? Okay, hold on.
taking neither.
You said 80
You
hours
taking
for how
neither.
much?
Okay, hold on. Okay, listen to what I say. I want y'all to listen to what I say now. Would you rather work 20 hours and get paid $5K weekly, or work 80 hours and get paid $20K every 2 weeks?
I'm gonna do the 5,000 just because 80 hours a week with a life is it's not a life. It's not a life at all, and that's going to cause so many other issues, mental stress, and then when you off, you can't relax. Like 80 hours, that's just we're not even function. We're not even built to function like that. That's just crazy. I don't care if it was. You're too stressed. The stress will drive you crazy. You're gonna need to pay for a psychiatrist.
8 hours is stressful.
If it's 8 hours where I can make passive income, then yeah, I'm with it. It depends. You ain't say no stipulation.
See,
Now,
let
if
me
it's
tell
passive
y'all.
income, run it.
Okay, she wants to pass for income, run it. Okay, see, let me tell you, that was actually a trick question because I want you to think about it. It's a trick question because it's asking you, would you rather work 20 hours and get paid 5K weekly? So you working 20 hours every week and you get 5K a week. That give you 20K in a month, right? And it's asking you, or would you work 80 hours and get paid 20K every 2 weeks? Which means you working 80 hours in the 2 week time period, and you really working 40 hours a week, and it equals up to 20K. So you pretty much, so you'll take the 80K, right? So that's why I say it was a trick question. I wanted to see what y'all was gonna say. So it's pretty much like, would you rather wait for the money or would you want to quit
Give me
money?
$20,000
And all y'all
shit.
and all y'all motherfucking there was like, yeah, I'll take the quit money for the
Yeah, nah, you don't give me that $10. Give me that $10.
You getting cheated. You getting cheated.
How you
know the
stressing yourself out?
stipulation. Because if it was passive income and I'm working in my sleep, you ain't say the stipulation of working.
You working? That's a regular full time job.
But
40
no,
hours
if
a
you
week.
work 80 hours,
You making
it's for-
$10,000.
Yeah, you're making $10,000 every 2 weeks for
Yeah,
80
making
hours of
$10,000
work,
every
which
2
means you're doing 40 hours a week. And you're
Man, give me
getting
that
double
fuck-
the
give me
money. You're
that
getting
80
like
80
more
hours.
money.
Oh, I
give
could
me
work
the,
40
give me
hours
the.
a week.
Nah, I need it
Exactly.
every
That's
week.
you gotta.
I need it
You say
every
you need
week.
that 5K every week.
What?
So you just gonna cheat yourself. You just gonna cheat yourself out of a
I'd rather
whole
have-
20,000.
Uh-huh.
I
I'd
don't
rather
feel
have
like
that.
it's a cheat. I don't feel like it's a cheat.
Because
And
bills
why?
sometimes
Yeah.
come out of nowhere.
Because
Still
see,
working for
as
yourself, but I
I'm
know what we're
stacking
talking
up
about.
my
If I'm
5K
working for
every
myself,
week, I mean,
if I'm
invest
working
it
for
whatever the
myself,
fuck
yeah,
I
80
got
hours.
going on.
Right.
But you can be getting,
That's
but you can be getting
That's
10K
where
a
my
week
mind
if
go.
you wait. You can get 10K a week if you wait though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give me
I'd
the
rather
10K
wait. I
a
got
week
kids, so
like
that
a
makes sense.
special.
I mean,
You get paid every 2 weeks. That's the normal, for the most part, the
Yeah.
normal pay
The normal
cycles
pay
every
grade.
other
Pay
week.
grade.
Yeah.
I wait happy
Unless you are a
I don't give a
contractor.
fuck, man. Look, if I wasn't an
She said happy
entrepreneur
as fuck.
and I went goddamn making the money I'm making, boy, I'd be happy as fuck. Let somebody tell me I can
Because,
make goddamn 20K in 2 weeks for working 8 hours. Sign
because
me
with
the
that
fuck
40
up.
Right.
with that 40
Okay,
hours, 8
cause
hours,
most of
with
them
that
made
40
with
hours,
80 hours. Man, shit, probably about
that's 8 hours a
3,200
day. You still got
in that
money, you
real
still got
job.
time.
But
You still got time to go out and do your side hustles after work. Because that's pretty much what I do. I work corporate and I work my side gigs. So you work the 40 hours,
Okay.
and then you go, do your side hustles after work. Come on, do what you gotta do. Come on, that's a given for me.
Well, was
10K a
Mark
week.
Zuckerberg paying them people that much? Look, Mark, you can
hell
pay me
no, probably
5,000,
not.
nigga.
That's why he let him go.
Nah,
If they in
Mark
tech, they
said you
probably making that
fired.
much. If they in that
Damn,
tech
they don't make that
department,
much
they
in
probably
tech.
making that much. Hell yeah.
Mm.
Now I want to know, did y'all hear about what happened to the nice young lady Shanquella, who
I
went
think that's
on
fucked up.
vacation
You
with
can't
her
trust
6
people.
friends to Cabo, and they said she died of alcohol poisoning. But when her family got the autopsy report back, she died from
Oh,
spinal cord injuries and
Neck was
neck
broke.
injuries. And a video actually surfaced of her getting beat up butt naked
they tap danced on
by
her damn back.
one of her friends that she was there
What?
with. Yes, it got
Crazy.
really ratchet, and they had a GoFundMe for her to get her body back over and have her nice service.
I
And
wish niggas get
Kyrie
life
Irving
insurance.
donated $50,000 to her GoFundMe account. Shows his love for the black sister,
He said, "Y'all
you
gonna
know,
put some respect on my name."
that's what I talk about. Y'all got to
Who
be
did?
careful who y'all give y'all energy to,
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
and who y'all
Tyrese.
call y'all friends, and who y'all go on
Kyrie
these
Irving.
trips with in
Oh,
different countries that's not home. Because to be completely honest, you don't know your friends' true colors until you are out of town. Believe me or believe
Yeah.
me not, baby. I'm telling
I
you the
don't even
goddamn
trust
man,
some
truth.
what?
family members. I
When
don't even
you
trust
go
going
out
out
of
with some family
town,
members.
Right.
come, Kay, when you want to
Girl.
talk, hop on the Q box so that the whole globe can hear you. Cause we're recording on YouTube and on Instagram. So when come on the Q box, like so we can hear you, girl. Cause girl, you talking it, okay? But
Look, I don't even trust family members going out of the damn country with
you
them, much
feel
less
me?
hell. Because either I'm gonna go to
Shit.
jail for dragging your ass and I'm stuck over there in
Okay.
jail, or you gonna be plotting on me. Because you can't trust nobody nowadays with the world we live in. Like people crazy, and whoever damn
Yeah.
all them have something to do with it. Somebody had to tap dance on her
Man, they
damn
shit got
neck.
locked up
And who releasing these
in Mexico.
videos? Who releasing
Right.
That's
these
the thing.
videos?
That's what
Somebody gonna snitch.
the FBI has gotten involved, and they are about to crack the code on what happened. But mind you, this happened in Mexico, and they have to
Oh, they're done.
be in touch with all the authorities and everything like that. But them 6 friends that she went with, I feel like this: when you going out of town, man. Go out of town with somebody you know for sure got your
Got
back no
your
matter
back.
what, because you don't know what people be having going on or what they be thinking about you. Like she could have just been plotting to beat her ass when they got there from the time they made the plans about
Yep.
some old shit or about a nigga they might be fucking and coming. Who
Like the one
knows,
they showed today, they all was in another room, and she like, it ain't taking y'all that long to get y'all damn bathing suit on. What y'all doing? They was in there probably talking shit about the girl from the gate. Ain't no telling what they were plotting, and she thinking they their friend, and you done probably had a riff
Uh-huh.
or something, and you thinking you passed, and these hoes probably planning to take her ass to Mexico and whoop at. You know how blow back black folks is. Oh, I'm gonna beat that bitch
And
ass, and
she
I'm gonna
was
leave
a
her somewhere
business
missing.
owner. A lot of people envy you. A lot of people envy you. And a lot of times that envy ain't even got nothing to do with what you got or what you got going on. It's all about your aura and how bright it is and that energy
And
that
how
you got inside of
successful
you.
you are.
And people will hate on that, just on you being you as a person. You don't have to have anything for nobody to hate on you. But the fact that that girl was out of town with people that she trusted as her friend and was comfortable enough to get in the shower and get out the shower, drying off with her
Naked.
towel, and walk into a whole ass whooping, butt naked. They get recorded by people, and did nobody break up the shit. Like that shit is
Yes.
fucked up,
But
it's
I'm
real
like,
fucked up. So
damn.
I want y'all to be cautious of who y'all call y'all friend, and I want y'all to be cautious of the people that y'all are around. Y'all go out of town with. Lord, I wish the blickies could just go everywhere with you, okay? But Lord
I
Jesus.
know, right?
But
damn.
yeah,
buy one
child,
when
you
you get
better
over
have a
there.
friend. You better have a friend in every state that got one for you. That's all I gotta say, cause that's how I roll. But I'm mind my business. But yeah, y'all be
You
careful
can
now
carry
with these
across
folks
state
out here
lines.
now. How you feel about that girl? About the girl, Shanquella, Southern, and how her friends in Cabo did her.
Well, it's just sad, and it further
So
proves my
called friend.
point from last week. From last week, when y'all said, "Would I go out out the country to go on vacation?" And this is
Yep.
one of the reasons why. You always have that one friend, and it always happens when people go to Miami. You always have that one goddamn friend who can't afford the trip, always running out of money the day of, gotta pay the rent, this, that, and the goddamn third. Then when you get there, the motherfucker can't pay for their goddamn food. You always gotta say, "Oh, can I borrow $20?" Why your shit
Hell
wasn't
nah.
ready?
Well, it was
And it's
ready and they
just,
want a freeload.
yeah, they want to
Right.
freeload off of you. It's always some motherfucking problem. At this
Uh-huh.
point, if you travel by yourself or your spouse, that's it. Just one other person.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
All
ask
these
me for
group
no money on
travels and
vacation.
all that, hell
I ain't
no.
traveling
That's for the
nowhere with my
birds.
brothers, my
I will
parents,
make you sign a contract
and
and
that's
put you
it.
on
I ain't going
interest.
nowhere with nobody else. You can't trust nobody. Everybody else
Yeah,
in my
people, you
life
don't know
outside of them
what people
people,
be on.
I done saw them folks like
Hey,
turn for the
let's
worst. You never
let's
know. Like you never
let's
know. Cause like
let's
you said, it ain't what you
She
got.
ain't
It's what's
she ain't
in
moved
you. It
from the
ain't what's
queue.
on you.
And at least when you
Hell.
travel
Okay.
with a spouse, you know what's in that spouse's bank account.
You hey
You
hey
know he don't mind paying for you. You don't mind paying for him. You know
Mm-hmm.
it's an equal exchange.
unicorn
I
been
just
sitting
think
there
with
for like
family
20
members and
minutes.
friends, that's a whole nother trust level.
I don't trust nobody
Okay,
like
cool.
that.
Period.
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna get Unicorn, see what
Let's go,
Unicorn got to say
unicorn.
about this.
Where you
Unicorn, what up, Unicorn?
Listen, that's why I had to cut people off
at?
because they were starting to get sneaky with shit in real life, and I was like, yeah, I gotta cut people off, and that's why I'm starting to become more solo and not making sure I check around with who I'm going to be hanging out with, because regardless, if that I'm going to Mexico with my family, I'm okay with that. That's something I'm okay with. It's like my mother and my grandpa and my uncle. But if it's like a boyfriend or a colleague, then I know from high school people could change in a snap of a second if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
that's
sure
where
can.
it's like, that's where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go to Vegas because maybe that could possibly happen
Just
when
wait to go with
the thing
somebody
about it.
that you
Yeah,
cool with.
Just go by
yeah.
yourself. You'll have a
Yeah.
good time by yourself. You'll be surprised.
But
Just don't go with them, okay? Just don't
yeah,
go
I
with them.
don't plan
Yeah.
on going with
But
anybody.
have
Like,
fun everywhere you go. It's gonna be a party. Believe it.
yeah,
I tell you that.
because I'm telling you, it's like it's nothing gets scary more than your friends turning on you and doing something like that. That's like
Right.
one of my fears is that something that happens like that. And even if you're like in a different country, that's the thing is they must have thought of something prior. They must have
Prior to.
plotted it
Yeah, it
a
was
long
premeditated.
time.
It was
Mm-hmm.
definitely premeditated. I mean, and then to say it was alcohol poisoning, that right there was just sick. Y'all made up the excuse and all. It's just
Right.
giving premeditated lifetime movie story bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Manny, what you
Oh
got to say,
shit.
Manny? Manny behind you, Unicorn. What up, Manny? Manny, you on mute, boo?
Uh-oh.
You
Sorry,
on
y'all.
mute, boo?
Okay.
There you go.
So I think I probably have a lot to say about this topic. Um,
Oh shit. Let's get into it.
Personally,
That mother said,
I've had some relatives myself that I feel like I'm always having to. Let me use my hands. I'm always having to counsel out of these situations. And it's because I've
Mm.
been there and I've done that. I've had somebody I thought was my best friend, like my best friend in the whole wide world. I had that person stab me in my back. And there's this point, because that girl was young. There's this point where you get naive, or you're very naive at a certain point, and you have to grow. And it don't matter what nobody telling you. It's like when you're at a certain age, for whatever reason, it's like you just don't listen. I'm very sure somebody told that girl, you know, such and such don't like you. You know this and that. And she still went. And I continue to see my sister is younger than me by 5 years. I'm still in my 20s. She's in her 20s. I'm about to cross over soon. But with her, I noticed that I'm constantly telling her, hey, stop picking up friends offline. Stop doing stuff like that because you don't actually know these people. And I noticed for some reason with that generation, there's this new thing that people are doing where they go online and they just building friends from people
Great as
that they
hell.
they have no background or relationship with, and they traveling with them. I don't know how many
Yep.
times I had to tell my sister, do not go to this person's house. You don't know them well enough to be sitting at their house drinking with them. Anything can happen. But you
Exactly.
know that being young in your early 20s, thinking everything, you just being negative. I'm just trying to live my life. That will get you caught up every single time. And that's why I always hope, I pray for the people that's younger than me, the generation behind us, because they just don't seem to know no better. It's like they lack
Yeah.
common sense and they don't
Yeah.
have discernment, and that part is what will definitely get a person caught up. And I'm thankful for the fact that over and over I've had to have discernment growing up myself that kept me out of cars with people, kept me out of situations, allowed me to lean on my better judgment. So
Exactly.
yeah, in
I
this
feel you on
particular
that.
situation, yeah, she went with a group of people. You catch vibes, like
Mm-hmm.
you know what
But
I'm
see, you
saying?
know what it is though, man, and you know what it is though. See, our generation, we did red light, green light, hopscotch, how I go see,
Yeah.
how I go get, and all of that.
Yep.
Not Zoom and all
We
this
was
type of stuff.
exposed to
Yeah.
that backstabbing shit by
We
third
was.
grade.
Yeah, we already knew about it. We knew about it from the time we got them played any type of game and person that snitched on a free tag. They
Freeway.
telling where you at, you know. Stop telling
Right.
where I'm at. I'm behind this tree. I'm hiding, and I look like I'm
Right.
behind the motherfucker. You
Yeah.
snitch, you know. But you learn things like that growing up as a child and actually interacting and being involved as a child. But see, now it's like we in this new era. Everybody just hand their child a phone. Like I was just at
Yep.
my little niece's birthday party, and my cousin was there with her 1-year-old son. The baby was just crying and crying and crying, and was in the stroller. She gave the baby the phone. The baby just
And
shut
the
up.
baby just,
I'm talking
yeah,
about the
that's
baby
our
just shut up.
generation.
The baby said nothing. The baby said nothing. The baby just was looking at the phone, and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
even in the 1-year-old kids now. At one, they looking at the phones and tablets, and they looking
It's
at
crazy.
what's the
Yeah.
Caillou
At
and
the
all
dinner
that.
table
Caillou.
too. Don't
And
forget.
you know,
At the
Because
dinner
we
yeah,
damned
table.
if we do.
they giving the babies
Yeah.
the phone to watch TV on.
At
You
the
know,
And I
dinner
instead
know
of
why that
table.
is.
interacting with human, it's like the
Because
beat
that's what
to make
everybody
you
else
quiet.
do.
Here you go. Here go a phone in your face.
Mm-hmm.
It's go a phone. It's a phone in everybody's face, so they can't feel disarmament of the spirit. They
Nothing
can't
bothers
feel
me the most than
somebody
that.
that ain't feeling them. They can't feel things when they too caught up in electronics and technical things and not things of the earth and connecting with the earth and connecting with yourself. But that's a whole nother
Absolutely.
conversation. But
Yeah.
Right though.
girl, yeah, they got it bad, girl. They got it bad.
They
West
do.
side behind you. West side
All right.
behind you. They done formed the line. What you got to say, West side? Turn up. Let's go.
I'm glad she hit on that because I was just about to say a lot of these kids don't be outside like that, and I'm not
Yeah.
just referring
Mm-hmm.
to being outside the house, but it's like having the interactions, like or like say we on the basketball court, I foul you too hard, like just knowing if I foul somebody too hard, knowing their face, their facial expressions, their body language, how they,
Mm-hmm.
how they carry themselves after that moment. A lot of these kids don't have that. Where it's either that or they're like in a structured environment to where they're not going to let the fight happen. They're not going to even let that get to that point.
It's
So I
the
think,
phone. I think it's the phones.
but
It's the
but
phone.
but it's more than the phone now because we got to remember this. We the ones to supply the kids with the phones too. So
No.
at some point, the
Yeah.
adults got to be held liable for how we handle stuff. and the young parenting and losing the patience, not really trying to figure out what's wrong, is more of a pacifier here. Shut up, take the phone, stop crying.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
So
we damned if we
I
do,
can
we damned if we don't with that though.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily agree because I don't necessarily agree because I know kids. I see kids' parents who follow that. Okay, you're not going to be on the phone all day. You're not going to be at the dinner table. You're not going to be in the car on your phone the whole time. And I see the difference between those kids and the kids that always got their phone in their hand. So it's a
Yeah.
proof for me. It's a proven fact. You stop throwing the phone at your kids and raising your kids,
Yep.
it'll do some better. I mean,
Exactly, because online they learning things. They seeing and they learning. They thinking they learning right. A girl could tell them all type of stuff, ways to strip and all that. And they think they done learned something right, and they done got
Yep.
built up in their mind. They gonna be a stripper so they can get all the dollars. And you
Yep.
ain't told them nothing about
Mhm.
being no stripper.
Exactly. I got off
Child, it
work a
just be
while ago.
like the
My son
internet
talking about
teaching
some
your
damn
child.
Black Lives Matter, and I'm like, "What Black Lives Matter? Where you hear that from?" Because he's 7 and he go to school, but they
Yeah.
ain't talking about that. He said, "Oh, I just heard it because I work from home." So I went. He was in his room. He said, "Oh, I was just on YouTube and I heard." I said, "Lord Jesus."
See, that's what I'm saying. Your children are being exposed
And see,
to
and
Black
all
Lives
this
usually,
Matter.
information
You
on
know,
these phones.
you
What
know,
up,
I feel
Black
Captain?
like
Lives Matter.
I feel like every generation has its issues. For me, it's not. In this case, what I hear and what I saw, this is a 25-year-old woman. She not a child. She's not a child, and I'm pretty sure the girls on the trip, people on that trip, were between 28 going down to 21. My problem I have with this is, for one, the girl might have been drunk. They beat this girl naked. Then y'all assholes recorded, which means y'all let this happen. Y'all literally beat this girl to death, probably because she probably
Probably
was a
took
little
turns.
drunk. And it's Mexico. I've been there a couple of times. It's what you do all day. It's cheap. It's import. It's not an import. It's domestic. They make tequila. It's like $1. You go there, they beat this girl senseless. Y'all are murderers and record it.
Yeah.
That fighting in the street, what y'all ain't know? Y'all, this girl wasn't no hood rat. She was an entrepreneur business. Y'all fighting over in another country. And then my problem is, who ruled this death? Alcohol poisoning? The police department, or they just tell
Right.
them what to
no,
say, and
the
they say, "Oh,
friends
well, that's
did,
what it is." But
The
I'm just
friends
saying,
told a
like,
lie.
no, like the
but
police
the
report, and
friends
somebody
told a
had to do it.
lie.
But her
The
body
friend,
had to be removed out that resort. So the friends lied. They never told. So this and turned into a whole nother situation.
They
so
stank
So
they
ass came
reached
home
how
and
did
out.
they even
lied.
get the
they won't
alcohol
do the
poisoning?
they
The
won't do the
parent,
autopsy
the
until they
mama
get
came
Because it's another.
on,
here.
came on,
Right. So
hold
Mexico
on,
did
y'all.
nothing besides take her body and hold it.
So
That's what they're
the
supposed to
Uh-huh.
do.
mama reached out to the Mexican government, and they did rule the death a homicide. And the
They
U.S.
ruled it a
has been reaching
homicide.
out, but they the friends did say that she died from alcohol poisoning, but we all know that was end up a lie, because when the mama had to call down there and they told her she had a cracked spine and a broken neck, you already know they damn beat her to damn death.
And honestly, I feel like
Her
they need to be
eyes,
tried as adults. They grown women, 25, 26, 27. Them people murdered
They ain't
that
got no other
girl.
choice but
And
And
to
they
do
send
need to
their
it.
get
ass
yeah,
back to
every
Yeah,
bit that's
Mexico
coming
to
their
the
way.
Mexican jail.
Everything they get with their way. Ain't send them back to a Mexican jail.
Nah,
This is
nah,
real
nah,
life
nah,
shit,
but
right?
look,
They
Mexican
not
deserve
jail.
whatever
only,
they get. People have to have actions to their consequences. And it's cool to
Mhm.
tussle here and there, but how much you what?
Like
Like,
your
and
come
they
on now.
nobody
said,
didn't say I
and
need
they
to
said,
stop.
look, they
Yeah,
said
nobody.
she was beaten. This is from the Mexican government. They
They
said
ain't
she
no
was
kids.
beaten,
They
her
full
eyes
grown
was
women.
swollen, her lip was busted. So it looked like she has been in a
You
bad
still going,
fight.
Angelic?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And that's what
Okay.
people
horrible.
don't
Yeah, can't
realize.
trust
It's
y'all
A
horrible.
fight
friend.
can
Y'all quick
kill
to call
somebody.
folks
Your
y'all
life is
I'm just
so
friend,
trying to figure out,
child.
like,
fragile.
how can you just punch on somebody and
Our
keep
life is
punching
fragile.
and
I'll
not
never
You'll
do
be
fight my friend.
nothing?
you'll be
The,
surprised.
I'll never
I'll
fight
fight
my
my
friend.
friend
the
like I
bit surprised that
I'll never fight my
some
friend.
people can like die with injuries with getting punched
That's
in the stomach.
crazy though. Like,
It's crazy though.
it's
Yeah,
easier than you
that
think.
is.
But
Unicorn, what
but
up, unicorn?
Who this?
but it and it's also I was going back to what you were saying about the electronics and stuff.
Oh shoot, my phone.
That shit gets me irritated. My brother is on his phone during dinner, and I want to slap his phone or put it in the soup bowl. Like that bitch really got me pissed off. Especially when we're talking to him. I'm like, oh my, like he's like he also like there's another thing where there is too much information getting spread around because my 13 like 12, 10-year-old brother. Wait, I don't even know how old he is. 13-year-old brother. He was like he knows about like all these things that like I didn't know about until like
I don't think it's
maybe
the
like
kid. It's us.
17 or 18.
It's
And
definitely us.
my brother,
We giving him $1,000 phone. To fuck
yeah,
off with.
my
We
brother,
trained him to.
my brother is like, you know, he's been saying things that I normally don't hear him say. And to be honest with you, I didn't get a phone until I was 17 or 16.
Oh damn.
My parents were strict,
I had to have a
but it
job.
taught me a lesson, and it was a track phone, so it taught me a lesson. I didn't have no
Ooh,
apps.
not a
It was a
track.
flip phone.
Child, they tried to
Child,
shit
who
out
remember
you.
the trap phones? Throw us like a fit if y'all remember the trap phone.
Oh, I had Sprint.
Who remember them
had-
Nets
I
tail
had-
chirp
I don't even remember.
and playing that
Nets tail
snake
chirp.
game on the
Nets
Nokia?
tail chirp.
Cricket.
I love that
Flip.
snake game on the Nokia. They
The
should
Nets
bring
tail
that
chirp
snake
was the
game
Hey,
to the
look.
iPhone.
I know, yeah, I ain't have that.
Child. Can
My
I ask
brother,
y'all
the
a
one.
question? I want to ask a question. Now, mind y'all, since we talking about Shanquilla Robinson and her weird ass friends, right? Would
Right.
y'all meet each other as friends off the metaverse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I've done
something
that
about
before.
me.
I mean,
But
if
you got
Yeah.
a chance
Yes.
to feel
properly-
somebody out.
Cause I
I wouldn't
can
meet
fight, 'cause I can
everybody,
fight.
but
No, I'm
I
playing.
I
meet
go-
certain
You
people.
got a chance
Nah.
to feel people
Yeah.
out.
Nah, for real. Nah, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
I can fight, so I ain't worried about it.
I meet
Exactly.
people
Thank
that
you.
I
Alright.
fuck
No,
with in
that,
the
So-
that was a
middle.
bad joke.
Not
Unicorn,
that
who would you
Play with
meet?
me if you
Who
want
would you
to.
meet and why? Who would you meet and why?
Oh, we get to. Oh, we get to.
I'll meet you, Crack.
I was
Hell
going to
yeah.
say, I mean,
'Cause I want
Crack,
that
Southern,
period.
Katniss. I mean,
Period.
all y'all.
Period.
I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
I mean, I'm cool with it because
go
West
get
you
us
Side,
get
come
a nice
time.
drink.
You get
Come
time
here,
to
West
feel
Side.
If you
people
like
out.
pina
What's up?
coladas,
Who would-
you can meet
who
me
would you meet?
anytime.
And
Fuck you, man.
why?
I love
Girl, I'm
people.
already in Alabama.
Off
now.
top, I'm gonna just go off top. I gotta meet the people I'm normally around. Southern, Crack,
Yeah.
Son, Herbert,
Yeah.
definitely Katniss. Katniss off the rip. No
Damn,
questions
he didn't
asked.
say me though. He didn't say me
I
though.
said
He
Southern.
did say something.
See, look,
alright,
she trying to
He
shake
said
that
you
out of me,
first. I
man.
think he said you first.
I said
I
her
think he even
first.
said you first.
But
Yeah, we're gonna
okay.
wind the footage back. Don't worry about it.
gonna
We're gonna
wind
see
the
when
footage
in what
back.
order
but,
it was.
here's I wanted to say something like real quick. Anytime, so this is how I handle going across seas with people I know. My brother, can you go on mute for me?
Hey, put
Big
your
dog?
phone on mute, boy.
Down, Wiggly.
Thank you.
Sorry, y'all.
Appreciate you, my G.
My bad,
No,
my bad.
but I hang around a lot of different people. There's some people I know for a fact if I go out and somebody says something crazy, the club either we gonna be fighting or this thing gonna get shot up. Period. There's no questions asked. I already know what time it is. I already know to get the ducking. I'm not going to go to Mexico with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how cool we are. I love you to
you tryna
death,
go to
brother.
jail.
I really don't want to go to the club with you here. But I definitely ain't trying to go to no Mexico. We fighting
Somebody
everybody, and
gonna
then
say something, then
and there I
they're
am.
pop in the mouth.
I'm too
Right.
sexy for a
And then-
Mexican prison. I can tell
and-
you that.
And then there's people I know for a fact. I know they got the money. I won't have to worry about nothing. Heck, my trip might get paid for. And then there's other people I know for a fact.
I'm gonna be
I
somebody.
know you ain't got the money. You come up with it, but as soon as we get there, I'm about to put your ass on a loan to get my money back. So
Yeah.
it's all about knowing who you're around, and even at the slightest hint of damn, I might not need to go over there with you. You need to take that hint, and you don't need to go. Not saying that's the case of the young lady that passed, but that's just a piece of wisdom from me to whoever's watching, especially the kids that are watching. Straight up.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's
I mean,
up,
Katniss off
Manny?
the top.
Yeah, I want to go back to the phone part of this conversation with the kids. Because personally, I just feel like you can't really get away from it now ever since COVID hit. Because my kid
Yeah.
is in high school now. She's a ninth grader.
See,
And
that's different.
yeah,
I'm not talking about them ages. I'm talking about them baby ages, like where they are like I even read one time where I think it was Bill Gates or somebody said they wouldn't dare let their child go near a phone or a computer or any
but
electronics,
but the problem I have with
until a
that,
certain age.
I was
that
saying
the
John was
reason
saying
I
Yeah,
have
that.
a problem
it
with
is
that
too
is
cruel.
because I feel like nowadays you're gonna handicap your kids. I work for a company where I have to talk to elderly people all the time, and a lot of them, some of the people not even elderly. My mom is in her 50s. These people are in their 50s, not tech savvy at all. But and some of it is
Yeah.
a choice. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? They choosing
Uh-huh.
not to, but because they're behind like that, they far in regards to things that they should be able to do to be able to be functional in the world we live in right now. So
But
that's
y'all gotta remember this though. Whoever, I think it was it Bill Gates? One of them, whoever it was, they were in that top one, maybe that 0.5%. So their life is a little different than everybody else. So they
well,
might
yeah,
be able to
yeah,
they might
that's
be able to
true.
afford, not afford, but they might be able to get away with that based on the education they're putting the kids in and the stuff that they're exposed to versus somebody like not normal, but whoever else is under that percentile. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you gotta take that into consideration too.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
currently everything runs on computers. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm one of them parents. My little kid, my youngest one, got a phone, a tablet. She have devices,
Mine got all the
and
shit. Mine got everything. I be
if
incorporating.
I'm completely honest, it's kind of hard to separate that. My kids have a big age gap, so my oldest one is always on those things and had to be on them at that point. And then here comes the baby girl, and all she doing is looking over her shoulder. So it's kind of hard to subtract that when everybody in the household is already tuned into that. This is the lifestyle. This is the way we live. And as
Mm-hmm.
parents, if you're on the phone, your bills are paid on your phone, your life is on your phone, your job. They nowadays I work from home. They need you to have a phone to be able to have access into their systems nowadays. So every
Right.
little thing is phone based, and
It
I
is.
just
It's
think,
getting there.
yeah, what
Especially
I
with this
chose to
digital
do,
dollar. We talking
right?
about that next.
What I chose to do
Wait.
with my daughter recently, my youngest daughter, she's 6. I said, well, her grandmother lives overseas. Okay, so I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bet this what we finna do, cause I'm tired of you using my phone when I need my phone, And I'm like, we're gonna teach you how to use this device properly. We're not just gonna sit on the phone looking at YouTube videos all day. I need you to know how to
Right.
text. I need you to know how to use this thing to communicate with people that are important to you. And then whenever I'm
Mm-hmm.
allowing you to take that device with you, you know how to call me. You don't have to ask your sister to call nobody for you. You can press the button and call mommy. You can call daddy. You can text daddy. That's better than, here, just take this phone and get up out my face. I think that's the better way to go about that,
Mm-hmm.
is to try to teach your
Mm-hmm.
child the functions as
How to
opposed to just letting
communicate
them,
outside. Yeah,
right,
it's giving
because
them
it's not just
that
for,
way to communicate with you when you're not around, so they can let you know if they in any harm or you
right,
looking at it as far
yeah.
as like an emergency standpoint. I didn't look at it in that way. That's a good way to actually look at it, because if you think about a lot of these kids that I'm with missing, had they had telephones and
Mm-hmm.
iPhone tracking, you probably could have found them, or you
Right.
probably could
Yep.
find them and stuff like that, or
That's true.
Yeah. Hone
yeah,
in on that
because
because it's
I'm not a
important.
parent. I'm not a parent yet, but just off of what I saw, I was just
Mm-hmm.
like my jaws dropped, because
I know they did.
y'all don't know, but I was born in
Yeah.
'91. Okay, and when I was born in '91, you
Damn.
growing up with kids. Don't be talking about no damn, shut up, like on
Man, I was
goddamn
born in
two.
'93. Wait a
Shut
minute.
up.
Damn, he making me
Shut
feel
up.
bad. I'm
Yeah, he
born in
making
I
me
was born
feel
in the
91.
old.
80s. Jesus.
God
I was
damn
born in
it.
the 80s.
And he
Well, I
older
was
than
born
us.
in
Crazy.
'91. So,
Right,
long story short, back in the day, me growing up, we see babies cry. We picked them up. We made them laugh. We seen if they was sleepy, pamper wet. We did things to entertain them. We didn't
Right.
give them phones. It was almost like try to see what's wrong. More like do a little dance with them,
Unless they
and
can play Snake.
we did things
It was
like
all we
that with
had.
kids. We didn't just give them any devices because we was on no kids back then, and Next Tell Church,
With only
and the two
Snake.
ways
He
back
only had
then.
Snake.
And you ain't had YouTube and all that on the phones and stuff back
Oh
then.
God.
But
Right.
it's like now they getting access to this YouTube too. At them ages, YouTube algorithm don't always be the best either.
It don't.
Because sometimes it'll show them things
For
that'll
you not
be
to be a
in a
parent, you hip to it.
PG-13 character.
Yes, like
Yeah,
Fuzzy
I am because
Wuzzy.
I
I've
have
had my
nieces.
experience
I
with that
have
mess.
I have
The show about
nieces.
the
I
show
have
about
nieces 10, 7, and 2. So
hmm
I know my little niece, she hop on my back and she used to tell me, you got Shopkins on your phone. You got Shopkins on your phone. Then she had her own phone after that. So she had her phone when she was about
She knows
5
something
years
about, I don't know.
old.
What the hell is
You know.
Shopkins? What's Shopkins?
Shopkins, girl. Look up
Look it
Shopkins. Girl. They
up,
like some
child.
little bitty
Look
mini.
it up.
Girl, you gotta
Yes.
Google it, girl. They like some
Bitty
little bitty
groceries.
mini groceries. Yeah. And
Let me
the
ask-
kid, they
With
buy
eyeballs.
them and open them up. Yeah, they buy them and
Mhm.
open them up.
Let me ask y'all a
Child.
question. Since we talking about childhood and kids, right? Now, do
Mhm.
y'all remember going to your grandparents' house and watching TV with them? What was those favorite shows that y'all used to watch?
Hell, I
together
remember that
Barney.
couch with all the
grandparents?
plastic
Girl,
on it.
Matlock,
big mama, she
Matlock.
didn't watch
Oh my
no
God,
TV.
I ain't
But
have no
mama,
choice.
boy.
She'll
Girl,
say
the
baby
Young
boomer.
and the
When you
Restless,
sat on that bitch.
Matlock.
Yep, Young and the
Shit.
Restless, Price is Right.
The
I'm talking about my
Star
big mama,
Trek.
she wasn't a TV person. Young and
The
the
Westerns,
Restless.
they had you watching the Westerns.
Yeah,
Shirley
Bonanza.
Temple, they had that
Yeah.
watching Shirley Temple. Goddamn, what else I used to look at on the damn TV? I
Murder,
used to be
She
mad
Wrote.
as hell about.
Did y'all watch
Yeah,
Jerry
Murder She
Springer?
Wrote.
Routine?
Murder
Just
She Wrote.
died.
Yeah,
They
He
had
just
it
died, and
watching.
my grandmother was upset.
that was
She
crazy.
just
MacGyver.
Crazy.
MacGyver.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I remember MacGyver.
Yep, they had
Yes.
it watching all that. Baby,
Can
we
I go down
had
there
to
and
watch
put that if they was
all of
feeling
that.
like it?
Come on,
Exactly.
Mina. Come on, Amina.
Yeah,
What
go
you
ahead,
had
you
to
ain't
watch? 'Cause,
saying that.
girl, it was Matlock and in the heat of the night in my house.
Oh,
Girl,
yeah.
I
Yep.
couldn't
I'm just
stand
gonna say
it.
that.
I'd be like, why was
Right.
always a crying show about somebody getting killed and trying to solve a mystery?
Yeah.
Now I'm grown. I be sitting right here watching Law and Order, SVU, Fatal Affair and shit now and wonder
That's
why.
good
Because of
shit.
they ass. Had me
Them a
watching
good
this
one.
shit.
Them a good
Yeah.
one. Mina, you want to go?
Yeah, some of that shit was in black and white.
I
I
remember
just
seeing
know.
the drapes used to match the couch.
I was finna say, definitely in the heat of the night.
Mhm.
And Murder
In
She
the
Wrote.
heat of
Did
the
I say the
night.
Equalizer? The original Equalizer.
See, I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember the original.
Hold on, you
I
went
don't
way
remember
back.
that.
Y'all don't.
That was
Now y'all need to
probably
Google
that
that.
was probably
I
some
do. I know what you're
granddaddy
talking
was
about.
watching. I don't
The
remember that.
original Equalizer. Y'all gotta look
This
at
ain't
that
the
one. That
original
was
Star
good
Trek.
too.
Yeah, with Captain
And
Kirk and all of
then
them.
Twilight, the original Twilight Zone.
Now the original
Oh, yeah.
Twilight, I feel like that was so
fuck with
scary. It
that.
used to come
I
on late
remember
at
the
night.
Twilight Zone, but not the original one.
You
And the
had
original
what's
Price
the
is
people
Right.
on Mayberry? Andy Griffin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Andy
yeah.
Griffith Show.
Yep. Had to watching that. Yep.
Days of Our
Damn sure
Lives.
did.
Definitely
And
had
girl,
to
they
watch
had
Days
it.
of
Girl,
Our
they had
Lives.
it watching. What's that other shit? The Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
used to like
yeah,
Brady
I
Bunch.
miss- y'all remember
The Brady
Gilligan's
Bunch.
Island?
Yeah,
The
Gilligan's
good,
Island.
what they call it, good time,
Green
good time,
Acres.
Uh-huh.
Good
Good
time.
times.
Gilligan
Good
Islands
times a
was
classic,
so
boy.
good.
Yes.
good
Yeah,
Good times
times,
a
all
classic.
child.
It's
Janet
on
was
big
a movie.
time. You
You
need
can go on there and
That's
watch it
Yeah.
now.
fantastic.
But no, for real, back
Oh.
to
It
the
never get
kid
old.
thing.
The
It never get
Jefferson.
old.
Yeah.
Like
What
y'all
up,
just
Jefferson?
gotta, you just gotta monitor. Like she was saying, it is a part of lifestyle. Like they structure school around the technology now. Like my son's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
school, they
Yeah.
provide them with laptops and they touch screens. And like she was saying, like my kid, he got all the technology. He got the Apple phone. He got the iWatch. I need to know where you are. I need to know your location. I need to text you
Period.
if you need an attitude adjustment.
And pick that phone
Oh,
up.
Okay.
Exactly. And you got access to the stuff. And like she said, when I call you, I need you to text. It's on Do Not Disturb. I give you a 10-minute grace period, and it automatically says to Do Not Disturb after 8:10, school in session. I need to know you done made it if I done dropped you off and you had to get a slip or not. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But then the
Report
time school
card.
got 2:30. I need to know at 2:30. By 2:30, I'm in car ride line. You need to be listening for them to call your name. And as far
Yeah.
as like them playing games, like she was saying, they build our jobs around this stuff. Like she was saying, her parents, or you talking to people that are 50 years old, because I work with older people too. I call them seasoned. Baby boomers, they don't really care for the technology, or they do, but it's just behind.
Mine,
It's
it's like
beyond them
smaller.
because they didn't grow up around it. Just like how they say aura. You hear more of them saying aura. What the fuck is an aura? It's art.
Hold on, I said
Right.
aura.
Yeah, I do hear some people say, "Oh,"
But,
I be like,
so
what
it's
the hell?
needed, but it's about what you
Aura.
exposing them to, and you taking the time to check into what they are doing and putting those certain safeguards on the phone. Like I'm in here now, my son know what I'm doing. He came in here, Mommy, you wanna spend some time with me? He just trying to get me to go in and buy some V-Bucks. It ain't happening because last year I used to give
They
him
know how to
$5 at the end of
butter
the
you
week
up.
for good behavior. This damn Fortnite 20. You don't went from $5 a week to $20 every Friday. This is $100, son. I'm not finna keep doing it. I want to go buy me some new underwear. You ain't finna keep getting all of my money.
Can't buy no
You
damn
know what?
underwear.
You said Black Friday coming. You need
He
them
better leave me
thongs from
alone.
Victoria. Okay.
She said,
For real.
leave me alone.
Girl, when I tell you, I got my
seriously.
shit. I got my shit in my cart waiting on every website that I want shit from. Period.
I just want a
And
couple
just
of
seeing what the
TVs.
price gonna be. I can't wait.
All I
I'm
need is a
just
couple of
check out,
TVs.
check out. Everything
Yeah.
ready.
But yeah, they need those devices so that way if they come up missing, you can track that last location. You know what I'm saying? And they got their phone because now people going in these damn schools shooting them up for no reason. And
Yeah, and
you
all
ain't got
type
no
of
way to
stuff
talk
going
to your
on.
kid. So you got your book bag in your phone in your book bag, but that watch is on your wrist. So I can check your
Absolutely.
location of where you are. Cause I'm finna come through the school. I'm coming to get mine. You
I
ain't
know that's
stopping
right.
me. I'm coming to
Period.
get mine.
With
So I feel
Okay.
like
the
it's
heat.
all beneficial. And then
Yeah.
if a teacher calling about something, you can call you. Hey, what's going on? I need you. What's good?
Say
They
loud.
need them. It's just, but you just gotta check them and make sure you staying in tune. Because if you giving it to them and you ain't paying no attention and you ain't checking their feed,
I'm
just like how
trying to
you
let
some,
you,
just like you got
see.
these people that check behind their men and their
Butthead.
husbands and what they looking at on the
Uh-huh.
internet. You need to be about that same
Checking
stuff
your
with your
kids.
child. You
Hey,
need to put that
that's
same
right.
energy into your child. A lot of people ain't putting the energy into their children, and their children feeling those voids and they being desensitized with the stuff that they're automatically being exposed to on the phones and the computers, because you're gonna get exposure
Hey,
to
look,
it one
Ralph.
way or the other in the
Look.
real world
Listen.
or on the computer.
Look. Come right here.
Hey,
Look, put it on.
Centrail,
Hey, my nigga, you
we
on
can
mute?
hear you.
Yeah,
We
hey,
can
how
hear
you
them bags
doing?
of chips.
Long time no
Hey,
see.
hon. Hey,
I wonder
Pooh.
what he would eat.
Hold on, we
That's my
recording
brother.
live. Put your
Oh, I'm
put your
sorry.
thing on mute. Put your thing
All
on
right,
mute.
I'm finna
What's
tell him
up,
put on mute.
brother-in-law? Put it on mute. Thank you.
He said, "What's up,
I'm
brother?"
finna, wait, I gotta put, wait, hold on, wait.
We still hear you with your headset
Child.
off. Hit that mute.
All right, y'all.
I
So
ain't-
listen. This is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to take some lavender, sniff some lavender, take some chamomile tea. Some of y'all will be traveling out of town. I don't want to see none of y'all in the news going off on these flight attendants, on these fucking passengers and shit. If you gotta pee, you should have peed before you got on the fucking flight. Cause it's one lady that was on the flight. She threatened to kill the flight
girl.
attendant, y'all.
Oh,
Cause she had to
no.
go pee. And they trying to land the damn plane. Bitch, you want to fly up in the air and piss on yourself, or you want to stay in your seat seated and
She
buckled
want to
up?
piss on herself.
And
She
you
might
can't
want to
hold
piss
it?
on herself.
How about you not keep
You
drinking
can't-
all this stuff on the plane, first of all, because you don't know what somebody might be in there occupied because they taking a dump.
And
you
how
mad 'cause
wide?
you
Let
can't
me
get it
tell
there.
you. Let me tell you, Virgin K, how wide my booty is. It cannot fit up in no damn
Girl,
ass.
you got room to turn around.
goddamn toilet. Shit. They had to go after. It's COVID out here. They had to go to the bathroom after somebody done went to. No. That's how
Gotta
you
do
catch
all
a
that
UTI.
extra stuff.
Yes, honey. So please, y'all, calm down. Make sure you get to your flight on time. You know what I'm saying? They said be there at 4 o'clock. Make sure your ass there at 2 o'clock.
Two.
You feel me?
Right.
Cause you know
Yeah,
them baggage lines is long as fuck, especially out here in Hartsfield Jackson. Now I did see we got a little page out here where it tell you all the scoop around Atlanta. Somebody was at Hartsfield Jackson try to sneak a little it looked like a little 7 grams of weed up their ass. I guess they got scared, so they dropped it on the
No.
floor.
Oh
Y'all,
God.
if Brittany Griner ain't warned your ass already,
That's
stop
stupid as
bringing these
hell.
goddamn weed on the plane. Please
Get your weed when
find
you
your
get
plug.
there.
Thank you.
Period.
Get you a damn pen and get your weed when you get there.
Nah, you
That's
can't
Okay.
do the pen
You
cut. That's
know
how
what?
Brittany
This, you know
Griner
what?
ass.
No, I'm saying you buy the shit when you
This
get there.
conversation
You ain't gotta
is
have
too
a
good.
cartridge on there.
We're gonna have part 2 of this conversation come motherfucking Monday, okay? We're gonna part 2 this thing. But as for now, we're gonna bring out the sun. Come on, the sun, come on out. Come on out and close us out. So that way we can continue this conversation. But we got a camera crew and they
He on
on the
mute.
time. There you go, the sun.
Great job, you guys. Another great show. Thanks everybody else for coming. Thanks for everybody watching. And we're gonna ask everybody to please be safe and kind in those meta streets. Peace out, y'all.
All right, good night, y'all.
Good night.
Period. Okay, and Southern.
Ladies,
Hold on, that
let go of your man.
All right, ding dong, we going.
we're gonna let the
Come
camera
on.
crew leave. And we're gonna continue to talk.
Okay.
Hey, they want to do that.
All right, y'all.
My bad.
Let me ask y'all a question. Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. So